Hello everyone, I'm Lumari. Welcome back. We're here with the collab skills and ultimate showcase. As always, first I will show you the skills, their ultimates, and then afterwards I will explain it. I'll talk about the character, like their design, their skills, all that stuff, and then we're gonna rate them. I'm just here to review the new collab units for Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Without any more delay, let's just get right into it.
言っておくけど私強いよ。行くよ。ボルザンベル。派手にやると怒られるかな。嫌なことは早めに終わらせないと。始めようか。
違うよ、ビビってねえよ。行くぜ。師匠の技はもっと重かった。何なの？相打ち覚悟だったのにビビって損したぜ。俺はまだ立っている。お前の相手は俺だ。
行きます。はっ、負けません。あなたが誰であれ、私は全力を尽くします。抵抗しても無駄です。動かないでください。逃げません。
First, to start with Frieren. Now, design-wise, I don't like it or hate it. It's kind of hard judging collab character designs because I'm so used to the game characters' designs. I do like the coloring, the black, white, gold, like an 8.5 out of 10. Like SpongeBob. I do like it because it's iconic. This person over here is not a sponge. It is, however, a design that I will not get sick of seeing. Now, with her first skill, attacks the enemy with magic and grants immunity to the caster for 1 turn. When it is the caster's turn, activates, I don't know how to say that word, as an extra attack. That word gains 1 soul and attacks all enemies with flame magic. Damage dealt increases proportional to the amount of the enemy's lost HP. The soul burn effect, which consumes 10 soul, which is one of these blue guys over here, increases the damage dealt of this specific skill. It does not increase the damage dealt of this skill. Increases fighting spirit and focus. This defensive undispellable magic spell. When attack consumes 4 soul, nullifying damage from all skills. Start battle grants 40% resource increase to all allies during battle. Soul is 4 or higher and grants defensive magic. After being attacked, increases combat readiness of all allies by 10. When she gets attacked, all your other allies, I think except for her, their readiness is increased by 10%. In her ultimate, it increases her attack by 50%, penetrates the defense, grants increased attack to the caster for 3 turns, attacks all enemies with lightning magic, dispelling all buffs, increases combat readiness of the caster by 50%, penetrates the target's defense by 50%. Let's go for her first skill. When her first skill activates, it's going to activate the second skill. Now with her first skill, I do like how it does that magic circle. Second skill, I have absolutely no idea what that was. I don't remember her doing that in the show. I don't remember her using flame magic at all. First skill, pretty simple attack. I don't hate it. I'm going to give it about an 8 out of 10. Simple, straight to the point, but still adds that magic circle. I like that. Second skill, with the fire, I do like how it sort of like kind of slow in the beginning, speeds up, and then it slows down again. I did have an impact frame on it, which I like. I'd say it's a 9 out of 10. It's a good second skill. It targets everybody. It's a good looking skill. Her ultimate, I'm actually surprised. With most collab units, you can tell it's being animated. But with hers, it looks like they took it right from the show. Very fluid. I would have to say it's a 10 out of 10. so fluid. It's animated really well. Looks like it came straight from the show. They just animated it that well. Moving on to Stark, I actually like his design a lot. It is simple, but I like it. Honestly, 9 out of 10. Now, the thing with Stark is, as a unit, he's not really useful. He doesn't really bring much to the table. All he really brings is provoke and penetrate. Like I said before, he only did about like 2 to 3 things and then he just disappeared. I only remember 2 things he did. The first thing was defeating the dragon and the second thing was defeating the demon. Fortunately, as a playable unit, he's kind of like the worst collab unit, most likely, because all the other ones, they're good for their own thing. He's more like of a, I'm gonna do damage and only damage. State of what the game is right now in terms of PvP, he's not really gonna get far. I'm not going to use him. I am gonna keep him because he's a collab unit and collabs are limited. His first skill. Why does his axe look like that? What's the use for that? There's not really much you can do with an axe like that. 7.5 out of 10 for that one. There's not really much you can do. Now with his second skill, he needs to get attacked. Oh, I actually do like that. 9 out of 10. No, 0.5 out of 10. It doesn't really do much, it just does a lot of damage. Attacks an enemy with the axe and provokes them for 1 turn. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's max health. When an ally is attacked, it gains 10 fighting spirit. And when fighting spirit reaches full, it activates Warrior Strike. Warrior Strike consumes all of his fighting spirit. Attacks the enemy consecutively increases combat readiness for the caster by 50% before resetting cooldown of Lightning Strike. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's max health. So when he does that attack, it resets the cooldown of this. He's not terrible. He is free. You do get him for free. Attacks the enemy by slamming down with an axe, penetrates the target's defense by 50%. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's max health. Damage dealt increases every time the skill is used, stacking up to 3 times. When I say he does damage, I mean he does damage. That's really all he brings to the table. Now with his ultimate, when I initially first saw him in the story using his ultimate, I thought it was him attacking the dragon. I think it's a mix between him attacking the dragon and then leaving that big like crevice in that mountain. Honestly, it's a 10 out of 10. I like the ultimate. You actually see his body all the time. Most of the time in ultimates, you don't really see the full body. Now she just came out today. Design-wise, pretty basic, white dress, black cloak. It's kind of boring, to be honest. With Frieren's, it was sort of the same, but it had a little bit of style to it with a black and white and gold. Hers is just black, white, that's it. Design-wise, I'm going to say 5 out of 10. It does its job. So her first skill increases attack by 50%. After granting increased attack to the caster for 1 turn, attacks the enemy with magic. When focus is 3 or higher, decreases its skill cooldowns by 1 turn. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's speed. She's going to be a really fast character. Soul Burn effect attacks all enemies, does not trigger a dual attack, does not trigger a counter attack. So her first skill. Kind of the same like Frieren's, though it's a little shorter. Because it's a little shorter, I'm going to knock it down to 7 out of 10. Her second skill. At the start of the first battle, gains 5 focus, increases speed by 15%, and evasion by 20% for each focus. Successfully evading consumes 1 focus and increases skill cooldowns by 1 turn. So this means that this skill will probably be used a lot if you build her correctly and if she survives long enough. There's some characters here that can go first no matter what. Zio, he can go first no matter what. Herasetti normally can go first no matter what. Rinka, who if you build her speed up high enough, she can go first no matter what. Attack by 50% and penetrates the target's defense. After granting increased attack to the caster for 1 turn, attacks the enemy with the spell to kill demons. That's the name of the spell? I don't like that name of the spell. This is the first time I'm ever probably gonna say this. That name is stupid. Oh wait, what? That's the same name? I thought this was Zoltrek. This could be called Zoltrek Release. Penetrates the enemy's defense by 70%. That's actually very good. Especially if you have defense down and if you have target debuffs and if you play buffs to her at the same time. She might be one hell of a nuke if you play her correctly. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's speed. begins the first battle with a full skill cooldown count. So she can use this right off the bat. Let's move over to her second skill.
時間稼ぎのつもりですね。
So that one did a lot of damage. Targets all the enemies. I kind of like how it's its own little animation too. I like this better than Frieren's second skill. 9 out of 10. Let's go look at her ultimate.
好きだらけです。これでどうですか？
I do like it. I like it. It's fluid. It looks like it came straight from the show again. However, I don't like how linear it is. It's very one direction only. I really wished they made it so there's a one point in the show where she scatters them all over the place and it looks like they're heat seeking. I really wish they did that instead of making it just linear. 8 out of 10. Don't like how linear it is. As a character, as a playable unit, honestly, she's a 9 out of 10. As I said before, as a playable unit, he's not really going to get used very much. Overall, I'm going to say he's a 7 out of 10. I'm going to say as a playable unit, I've not seen her in action. I have not played her. Probably 8.5. I'm pretty sure you already know my ranking of these characters. Frieren's obviously first.
嫌なことは早めに終わらせないと。
Frieren's going to be second.
あなたが誰であれ、私は全力を尽くします。
Dark is going to be third.
相打ち覚悟だったのにビビって損したぜ。
Frieren is the winner of this collab. I got rid of Wuthering Waves. I am waiting for another game to come out that I'm pretty sure is made by the same people that made this game. Apparently it's supposed to be a dark game. Hopefully it's not a game where it's just full of women. Hopefully we have some men. I don't have an outro. Bye.